Have you ever looked at your profit and loss statements or your tax return at the end of the year and thought to yourself, where did the cash go? Managing your cash is critical to the financial health of your business, and the key to running a business is to have more cash today than you did yesterday. And if that's not happening, we need to find a way to get your cash flow back on track. My name is Cherie, and I'd like to welcome you to the 60/40 Cash Flow series. This series will focus on the 14 things that you can do to begin to take the control of the cash flowing in and out of your business. For the past 15 years, working with my accounting practice clients, I've helped hundreds of small business owners to work less, earn more, and to create a business that supports the lifestyle that they want. Is that what you want? Because these tips are just the start of how we can help you do the same. So let's get right into it. Our first tip, increase your prices. Now, some of you might be saying to yourself right now, I can't increase my prices, or now's not the right time. I really want you to capture those things that you're saying to yourself, all of those reasons why you think you can't increase your prices. And let me know some of these reasons in the comments. It's perfectly okay to be thinking this, but these beliefs are actually holding you back. And I'd hazard a guess that most of these reasons will be based upon fear and not fact. And that leads us right into the next slide. You have to test your assumptions. As a small business owner, we're data-driven decision makers, and if you aren't yet, then you will become one working with us. And what this means is that we need to test. There are a large number of variables that will go into your decisions about pricing, so come up with any number of things that you can do and simply test them. On the money meter, increasing your prices will lead to more money coming into your business. It has a high impact because it leads to a better overall cash flow over a much longer time frame. So it's something that can really move the needle for you in your business. However, on the implementation side, there is a lot of groundwork or setup, and it is a bit of an effort to get underway. So we would rate the ease to implement as low. But as the saying goes, anything worth having just doesn't come easy. I'd love for you to just imagine for a moment, what would happen if you were to increase prices by 1%? What would that mean for your bottom line? Now, what if you were to increase them by 5%? What would that mean to your business? Now, what are some of the things that you can think you could do to change your pricing? How would you go about it? And this is a no limiting belief zone, so just move right past the thought that you can't do it and let's move into how we're going to get it done. We'd love to hear what you've come up with, so let us know in the Facebook group or on LinkedIn. Just in case you weren't sure what a price increase would mean for your bottom line, here's a quick show and tell using a simple scenario. Here we've applied a 5% increase to a $100 product. It has a $20 in cost of goods sold and $50 in fixed costs. Now there's no change to this COGS number as we haven't changed the number of products we've sold, just the price at which it's being sold. And as you can see, the net profit now increases from 30 to 35, so that's an increase of $5 on the bottom line. So by comparing the previous net profit of 30 with the new net profit of 35, we get the better part of a 17% increase. If you want to see how this works on your own pricing, you can check it out now using a quick calculator on our site at www.6040.io/cashflow. So here's our YouTube extra content. Here's 3 things you can do around pricing in your business. The first thing you can do to increase your price is to consider creating greater value. Although you can do the super obvious of literally just increasing the dollar price for each product you sell, if you're hesitant about increasing prices because you're concerned you might lose clients, then how can you build in a perception of value so that your client is then happy to pay you the money? I should point out that if clients are leaving you just on price alone, then you might not have done enough to educate them about what's unique in doing business with you, or they might not be your ideal client. To manage this might mean that you need to upgrade your personal belief system about the value you're bringing to the table, and changing how your business is presented through a branding lens in order to create the perception of the value that you do bring. And this might mean changing your website, how you show up, how you interact with and wow the customer. And another way to create value is in the packages of products that you sell. And an example of this is in bundling products, so simply taking any number of items and packaging them together to create a greater perception of value. As a result, it can lead to an overall increase in the price that you receive versus whether you just sold those items separately, or especially if one of those isn't a fast mover, or if it's something that you can easily reproduce like a digital product. Now the second little thing to note is that when you're increasing your price, it's courteous to give people warning that you're going to do it. In fact, you could even leverage this as a part of a sales campaign. If a change is perceived as a negative impact, then you'll want to give people a warning that it is coming up. So choose a date and let people know. The third thing is that most prices do rise over time, and if you've got a big reason for a price rise, explain it, but don't apologise. And don't over-explain it either to the point where it sounds like you're apologising. This is really quite straightforward. You're in business, you're raising your prices, you don't need permission. To be paid what you're worth, you must charge what you're worth.
So thanks for listening to this first tip in our cash flow series. We've got more to come, so keep an eye out for them as they're released on our social channels, or sign up for our email list where you'll get a fast pass to access these tips and more. So just head on over to the 6040.io/cashflow and get your access today. There's 14 tips in total in this series, and we'd love to have you back. Have an awesome day.